Today, very fangirl moment for myself. I'll be very honest with you. I actually kept telling her this during the song break as well. But I've been kind of stalking her on social media for a while, and she creates hanboks. They are size inclusive. She has amazing brand, and I have her in the studio today. She is CEO Catharina. Hello.
Hi, it's nice to see you.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. You dropped your pen, didn't you?
I did.
Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, first things first, please introduce yourself to our listeners just to kind of say hi and who you are.
My name is Catharina and I'm CEO of HOYA Evening Butterfly, the world's first plus-size friendly hanbok.
There we go. I sense a little bit of an accent.
It's like I grew up in 8 different countries, so it's like all
It's all
mixed.
there. Okay, so
like
8 different countries includes where?
I was born in America, but
Okay.
like after 7 months we moved because
Okay.
of my dad's job.
Okay.
And then we moved to Yemen.
Wow.
And the Netherlands, and then we came to Korea when I turned 7.
Okay.
Then we moved to Germany, and then we moved to Hungary, and then we moved to Canada, and then I went to college in America. So in total, like 8.
So it's just kind of a mix of different...
I think so, but
Okay.
my ears are just really sensitive. So if I live in America if I stay in America and just talk with my American friends, then I kind of
Adapt.
adapt it. But
Okay.
then when I come back here, it's funny because all of my friends I met back in Europe are still here.
Okay.
So when I talk with them, then it just
It kind of
randomly
comes back out. It comes back. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. And I love that you've been like living all around the world. So I know that you've kind of been doing a few interviews here and there. Is radio like your first? Is this your first radio?
Yes.
Thank you for being here. All right, so the kind of the reason why I was able to convince our staff to have you in the studio was because you create hanboks, but you create them on a spectrum where they are size inclusive, especially for us girls who have a figure.
Yeah.
We are not a stick, pretty much, which I feel a lot of hanboks have been designed to kind of fit over the years.
Right.
So kind of let's talk about your brand. So it is, HOYA is the brand.
Yep. It is.
Okay. So HOYA is your brand. When did this kind of start?
So I actually remember the exact day when I opened my online shop.
Okay.
It was October 18th, 2020.
Okay.
And I just started as a very small business. I was just making jewelry at the first time.
Okay.
It's because I've been always super into East Asian cultures in general. Like I love Chinese culture, I love Japanese culture, I love Thai culture and everything. And I just really couldn't find that kind of style jewelry, like especially in America.
Right.
It was really hard to purchase unless you buy it in that country.
Right, and then have it shipped, and then it becomes more money because you paid for like a $20 thing, but then it comes like to $100 because of shipping.
Yeah, the shipping issues, but also many online shops, it's kind of hard to purchase unless you speak Korean unless you have the complicated Korean banking
Right,
thing
right.
on your phone. So I always felt like, well, this kind of feels unfair. So I'm going to make it super accessible.
Okay.
That's why I started it.
Okay, so you seeing more inconveniences as a consumer helped kind of spark that.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, an idea like that is great. I feel like a lot of people are probably sitting at their desktop right now and being like, I've got an idea like that. Yeah, I've got plenty of like inconveniences in any type of shopping I have. But it takes an extraordinary individual to make that into like a business, to like take that leap, to start the process.
Right.
So did you already have kind of like that hobby of making things like that? Or was it just like, you know what, I don't care if I have the money. I'm just going to do it anyways. You know, who cares if we go bankrupt? Like, was it like a gradual thing or was it just like, I'm going to do this?
It's kind of both,
Okay.
actually, because, that's more about clothing. But when I started jewelry, it was more like, I did have a hobby before, so it was my friend who taught me how to make them. Like,
Okay.
You know, opening the jump ring and how to
Right,
close
right,
them. And then she was like, oh, this is basically how you create your own jewelry. And I was like, oh, that's fascinating. So I'm going to like try as a hobby.
Uh-huh.
And then I had like really small amount of followers, but because I post them, they were like, "Oh, are you willing to sell it?" Because I love it.
Okay.
So that's how I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I could try because I lost my job due to COVID, so why not?"
Okay, so this kind of started pretty much at like the peak of the pandemic. So like just the pandemic kind of helped change your life for a little bit more of a positive.
Yeah, basically.
Basically. So you started off as doing jewelry, but then how did it kind of lead into doing hanboks? Because I feel that hanboks is a very simple but yet complicated topic.
Very different
Right.
as well. So I always had a thought in my mind because I enjoyed wearing hanboks since I was like 14 or 15.
Okay.
Not like super traditional ones.
Right.
The modernized ones.
Right.
And I could not find it in my size.
Right.
Well, maybe the only thing that fit me was the skirt because they're a wrap skirt. It's
Right.
pretty flexible, but not the top or anything else. And I was always thinking since I was 15, like, okay, maybe 10 years later, there might be a bigger size hanbok available. So I was basically a consumer of modernized hanbok, but even 10 years passed, nobody is making it.
Right.
So it kind of it started with an anger. Basically, like, because some hanbok brands did like promise the consumers like, oh, we're gonna make a bigger size this time, but that was still like US 12. So
Right.
It's like large or extra large, but I was still like, okay, well, still it's better than
Nothing.
me trying to
Right.
fit into medium size.
Right.
I was really happy, but they would like keep canceling it when they promised it, and so like it
Okay.
just felt unfair. Like I obviously understand the struggle of making bigger size clothes because firstly, like it's really hard to find a mannequin as well. Like
Right.
I tried to find it, there's none.
They don't, yeah.
So I understand the struggle, but as a consumer, it just felt really unfair.
Right.
So yeah, it just a little fire just started in my heart.
Right.
it
So,
just
and you already had the
blew up.
business in accessories. So, I mean, you probably just had to kind of like build on that. That's all you needed to kind of do. You already had the business aspect in there. So, all you would have to do is add more products. So, a lot of our listeners, Vicky is overseas. And from what I know, your online store actually focuses more on, I feel, consumers in the U.S. currently. Is this true? When you look at your consumer base and when you're sending, I've been noticing you have quite the phone calls with the delivery services through your stories. But where do you see most of your clientele coming from for the hanboks?
I guess America first because the shop itself is located in the States. But interestingly, most of my customers who purchase in America are Korean Americans or Korean adoptees or mainly Korean people.
Okay.
Because I know this because they always add like a little note when they check out. They're like, hi, I'm Korean adoptee. I've been looking for this for ages. Thank you. I get like all these messages.
Right.
That's how I know it.
Okay. But our listeners, we do have a lot of Latin listeners, honestly. And if they were to order through your online show, sending it to Latin America is not a problem.
Absolutely not a problem.
Absolutely not a problem. Okay. Even though she does spend most of her days on the phone with delivery companies, it seems. So you said that you got into, as a hobby of being into accessories. And I think that making jewelry is one thing because I feel that if you have an idea, there's no real rule, so to speak, to making jewelry. I would have to say I don't make it, so I can't say for sure. But for clothing, what unfortunately I have found is there's things called patterns. And there's things, there's like a whole new world of like language-wise, like it's English, but it's not English. It's Korean, but it's not Korean. And obviously you do the manufacturing, it seems, here in Korea because you seem to be going back and forth. So have you ever studied like sewing or did you have any knowledge of that before you started the hanbok line?
So I was going to major in fashion design, actually. Up until I was 17, I was applying art colleges and art universities, and I was very certain about it.
Okay.
So I did learn how to use a sewing machine, or not the pattern though. Not the pattern and design is completely different.
Yeah,
thing.
right.
But I did study fashion design up until 17. Since my mom forced me to study art since I was 7, so I knew like basically how to draw and like everything.
Okay. So that kind of just came together.
Yeah.
So manufacturing-wise, I've been noticing that you manufacture mostly here.
Yep.
Okay, so even though the shop is mostly up until now, it's been in the States, you've been going back and forth here
Yes.
to get it manufactured.
Yeah.
So for anybody who might want to start their own company, like maybe they have the same fire that you have of a certain outfit or a certain line that they might want to be doing, and they want to do this based in Korea, what is the first step? Do they go to Dongdaemun and meet up with the people that sew there? Like, how does your manufacturing go from design to all of it?
Design. So my case is pretty unique because I make cultural items.
Right.
So I thought, well, I could have done it in the States, to be honest. Like,
Right.
you know, because there is fabric market
Right,
in the
right,
US
right.
too. There are manufacturers in the US too. But because it's specifically Korean hanbok, I wanted to be made in Korea. I wanted to gather Korean hanbok makers and then
Right.
create this clothing line. And I specifically wanted older women to do it because they tend to not have many job opportunities, or even if they're hanbok makers, they get order like a custom order request maybe like 5 times a year.
Right.
But they don't make enough money. So I wanted to give them
An opportunity.
to make more
Wow.
money. So our team is all women. It's like
There we go.
all women.
It's woman power.
Woman power over there.
Yes. Okay, so how does it start? So do you kind of have Zoom meetings with your staff and be like, okay, next hanbok, this is the design we're going for? Like, are you treating this like a collection every time something is made, or is it just kind of like print by print, or is it custom order? How does it work for you?
So very first time, what I first did was going to the traditional market. That's
Okay.
where they have all the hanbok fabric.
Right.
And then I picked out what I want to make with, choose fabric carefully. And then I found a vendor. I tried to find somebody who's willing to make this clothes.
Okay.
And fortunately I did, after trying to find somebody who could help me with it for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Because I've been asking everybody.
Right.
And traditional market can be a bit conservative.
Right.
So at the first they're like,
Right.
I don't think a big woman looks great in hanbok. So they kind of denied it.
Right.
But I convinced them. I was kept please help us. That's how it did it. That's how it started in
Okay.
the beginning. Now, fortunately, I hired another woman designer who can help me with making a collection.
So for future releases, we are going to be
Yeah.
seeing some more collection-based themes.
So
Okay.
now I do a lot of Zoom meetings, especially when I'm in the States at 10 p.m.
Right.
I'm just okay, I want to make this now. And then she would do something that I will have to do in Korea. She will go to the market and do a fabric research, and then send me videos and pictures and see, what do you think about this one? It's kind of complicated. 'cause
Right.
I cannot feel the fabric.
Right.
Yeah, but she has to explain. She's like, this is really silky satin. It's shiny. And I'm just okay. Sure.
Okay, sure. I'll take your word for it. Well, yeah, because I still can't do it too, but I was learning how to sew, and my teacher does it. So apparently, anybody who is actually designed or has studied design, it's a habit of theirs to take swatches and just be
Oh, yeah.
touch. And she will touch a bazillion things that look exactly the same. She's like, no, this one has a little bit more of resistance to it. This one's a little bit more silky.
Right.
Wow, you have a right-hand man to do a Zoom meeting with. And she's like trying to be like, this is more silky. This one is more see-through.
That's how basically our conversation goes. Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Film, we're going to be talking a lot more about hanboks. We're going to be talking about the brand HOYA. I think a lot of you are super curious as to like how you can get your hands on more items, more clothes, and all that other stuff. So if you have any more questions and messages through the V Live, through our YouTube live stream, or through our homepage, continue to send those in. But in the meantime, since we've got such a fabulous insight in the studio, we're going to take a listen to some Chuseok and Im Sung-hee on the track with hip-hop music and see you guys back after this with more of the show. It's Insider Day as you continue to listen to the second hour of K-Poppin here on Arirang Radio. I am in the awesome presence of CEO Catharina in the studio. I was actually just asking her about her name because I'm so used to Esther's and Jessica's and yeah, a lot of those. So I was just saying how beautiful her name was, and there's a behind story behind this.
Yeah, it's my baptized name because my mom used to be Catholic.
Okay.
So that's how she gave me that name.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful name. Okay, so it's Maho was asking on our YouTube live stream that I remember seeing a video where some of the fabric that you used was a vintage hanbok fabric. Was that a choice due to the design of that particular hanbok, or what did it have something to do with sustainability?
There are many reasons actually. So firstly, I like flashy stuff.
Yes.
I'm the extra girl.
Yes.
But everything that was available in the market didn't satisfy me.
Right.
It wasn't like flashy enough. It wasn't extra enough. And then I found these beautiful vintage fabric in the corner of the room, like it was literally like in the corner. And
Right.
I asked them like, what is this? And they're like, oh, these are the fabric that were made like 10 or 20 years ago and nobody uses them. So it's kind of just stuck in the
Right.
storage. And they at the first time they kind of went against my opinion because they were like, oh, this is going to be really hard because each fabric has different design.
Right.
So you cannot mass produce it.
Right.
And then you
right.
also have to basically take pictures of each skirt. So
Right.
that's too much work.
Right.
But I really wanted to use that. It was too pretty not to buy. So I was just like, I'll take it. I'll take the risk. I'll just work harder. I'll just sleep 3 hours a day. And then I picked it out. And that was the first reason. Like, it was flashy and it was really beautiful. Second was due with the sustainability.
Okay.
Because they're 100% biodegradable silk. So
Wow.
it cannot like... you can literally burn it and it will just turn
Disappear.
into ashes.
Okay.
It's not going to be like rotting on the ground for like 200, 300
Right.
years like polyester.
Right.
So due to the sustainability would be the second reason.
Okay.
And third is I'm actually not the first person to ever make hanbok with vintage fabric. There were already 2 different hanbok designers who did that. I really wanted to buy it, but the skirts were like this small, so I couldn't buy it. So obviously I wanted in my
Right.
size.
Right.
That was the third reason. So yeah, there are 3 reasons why I used these fabric, and that will be it.
So from now on, since we do have another designer on board, and you know the collections are starting to come and whatnot, do you plan on trying to use a little bit more sustainable fabrics, despite maybe price in the future, or?
I actually recently made the trousers, and then even though it's little bit not really flexible or kind of it doesn't feel super soft, but I did choose like recycled nylon.
Okay.
With absolutely no polyester.
Okay.
It cost a lot, but I mean that's the bare minimum I could do for the earth, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking for fabric that are more eco-friendly for sure.
Okay.
I think that's something I want to pursue in this business.
Okay. So I was looking at your outfit that you're wearing today, and I have to say that it's slaying and on so many different levels. So I'm looking at the skirt, and it seems you told me that it was hand embroidered.
Yep. are.
The jackets, so you're, because the ones that I've been seeing, they're very flamboyant. They're also extremely beautiful. Were these already prints that were on there? Yeah. So these were already on there?
Yes. So these are the patterns that were trending back in like 10, 20 years ago.
So this is why you wanted them, pretty much. Yep. Yeah, it pretty much explains it though, because the placing and everything, it's superb.
Thank you. I mean, like I guess the trend in hanbok at the moment is more like about simple and very subtle and just giving like very pastel colors. I mean, I like them too, but I'm just more of a extra person.
No, I mean, and yes, extra is the best. When it comes to the designs, I feel that you were saying it earlier about the traditional markets are very conservative. I feel that it's been a universal topic. So I've been talking with a few different hanbok designers here in Korea. Tana, who is extremely big right now thanks to Blackpink, Kim Neer as well. He's been using hanbok fabric to make suits. And when I'm asking both of them like questions like, what do you define as like a hanbok? I feel that that's like the biggest topic right now between elders or people who think that hanboks need to quote unquote look a certain way.
Right.
To where, I mean, the 21st, we're not in the Joseon dynasty anymore. So where does a lot of the inspiration come from for your hanboks? Do you kind of take it based off of just like the fabric you see? Or how do you just decide if this is going to be like a short jacket or like a long skirt, short skirt? Because you do have a short skirt on right now. So how does that process go?
Well, since it is a cultural wear and it's a traditional item, I do get inspirations from the hanbok books, like the really old ones, like from Korean old folk paintings. And sometimes I go to like National Museum in Korea. They have stunning pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And those inspire me a lot, for sure. So that's why I kept with very basic items in the beginning, just such as long skirt or just slightly. I mean, they're called mini, but they're not even really mini length. They cover my knees.
Right. You would not consider this a mini skirt.
So, yeah, I started with very basic stuff like a wrap skirt, and then I get inspirations a lot from my followers, actually, because they throw me ideas, and I think it's incredible because me as a creator and the followers who are the customers, we basically share opinions together and then we create a unique piece together. I think that's what makes my pieces unique, because it's majority of them are opinions or suggestions that I got from my followers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So up until now, I think one of the most common questions I saw on your actual shopping page at the moment was, are you ever going to restock? It's like, are you going to get a restock of this? Is this coming back into stock? Is this a restock? Which, because I feel as a consumer, because we can browse your feed and we can browse the stuff that's been purchased in the past, and like we see your videos, like, oh, that's so cute. Is that there any? So for now, pretty much because of the limited access to the fabric that you had at hand, pretty much all of the ones that are sold out are done.
Basically,
pretty much.
Like sometimes, if I'm lucky enough, I do find, for example, like 2 rolls of same pattern fabric.
Right.
Then I can make 2.
Right.
But usually they only have 1 left only. So
right.
I did explain like from the beginning thing, guys, this is fabric, like a dead stock fabric that's not ever gonna come back. So once it's sold, it's probably not gonna come back. But we do have like similar ones. That's what I've been explaining from the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, obviously, as a smaller business, it's obviously a little bit more of a process of explaining to the people who are purchasing your clothes than, like a big name brand. Right. I've been seeing on a few of these, like, fashion competition programs that they've been like creating their own fabric. So it seems like patterns now are pretty much done. Like everybody's done every single pattern or like design out there. So now people are trying to get more unique with the way that the fabric is printed.
Right.
So for the future for HOYA as a collection, maybe, would that be something that you would also maybe like to think of as a CEO?
I would love to if I can afford it. Absolutely. I would love to make my own print. Like
Right.
maybe because our brand name Hoya means evening butterfly, maybe with some butterfly patterns or the logo of our brand. That would be brilliant. I would love to do that.
Really love to.
Only if I have the money.
It always ends up coming down to this. So far, I mean, Hoya as a brand is sustainable. It's trying to access the consumer as conveniently as possible, it seems. Price-wise, I'd have to be very honest because these are like one-of-a-kind items. I'd have to say the price range, I mean, it's not cheap, but then again, it's not like the most expensive thing in the world out there either. For what you're getting, I feel that so far the brand is kind of off to a great start. So as a CEO, and I noticed that you did a pop-up or like a showroom recently here in Seoul. So what is the future of maybe like offline instead of just online purchases? Are we ever going to be seeing like an offline store?
Yeah, so I'm actually opening a showroom.
Right.
It's near DDP.
Okay.
Right in front of, not the front, but the back.
Right.
Back side of the Gwanghee-mun Gate, the Gwanghee Gate. So it has a spectacular view. And we're almost done, actually.
Okay.
Just construction, there's just something that are left to do.
Okay.
But we're almost done. I made like a little section where I put all of our vintage dead stock fabric so customers can pick whatever color they want and then so that we can like make it right away when they pick it. So I made like a cute little station in the showroom.
Really?
Yeah,
so we can actually go and get like a one of a kind.
Yeah, you can. So that's what I wanted to do. So that's why it took a while.
Wow.
But yeah, it's almost getting finished. It's not like a temporary pop-up. It's a permanent unless I go bankrupt, so it will be always there.
Okay, so it's going to be there. So even though you plan to probably go back and forth to the States, we're going to have people taking care of the showroom.
Yes.
Okay, so pretty much in Seoul, if you're there, all we need to do is go check out the showroom as it's going to be there for the time being. Before we go into a song break, do I want to just have to know? You brought in a bag, and I don't know if it's to show us or if it's just stuff that you needed to take to the shop later on. But what was in your bag that you brought in?
I brought a few of my pieces to show it to you because I thought that would be great to share.
Can I see that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, yay! I was gonna maybe go to a song break, but no, a song break later. Where she brought in clothes. I'm a kid in a candy store at the moment. She brought some of her hanboks. Okay. So, these are some of the designs that I'm guessing that either are these yours or are these ones that we can actually see in the showroom if I go later on today?
So they're.
I need to know if I can open my wallet or not.
These are so again made with that stock fabric. So we have tons of them, but these are not like sold out ones.
Okay. So these are actually available.
So like, for example, excuse the number is just for me to
just to know which number it is.
So that would be the most popular mini hanboks.
Oh, there we go. Look at this. Look at the color. Oh, look at the designs. So again, these are designs that were already on the fabric.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And
wow.
some of them are like even hand painted. Some of them are hand embroidered. I think it's brilliant. They're all amazing. Very flashy.
Yes, please. You gotta love we have to live for the flash. Okay, I'll let you pull out another one. Not so that we step on all of the amazing.
The other one is like the sold out slit skirts.
Ooh, oh yeah, your slit skirts are extremely beautiful.
These were really popular, but it takes 8 hours to make one slit skirt, so it takes a while to restock them.
It takes 8 hours to make one of these?
Yep. So that's why I don't have many of them, because everyone bought it. Literally everyone bought like everything.
Fam, looking at the seams, there's a reason why this takes 8 hours. Wow.
Everything is overworked.
Wow. That is beautiful. Again, these are size inclusive, fam. These are size inclusive.
Oh, yeah. 56 inches in the waist.
Whoa,
so
look at that.
That's, very inclusive.
Very inclusive. And one thing that you were saying earlier, though, that the hanbok itself, because it is a wrap skirt, it is a little bit more adjustable.
Yeah.
for people when they do wear them.
Yeah, so this is the most popular size because it can fit from person like me. So I'm like US 14.
Okay.
And it fits people up to US 28.
Wow.
So
very
that's why
inclusive.
it's very flexible.
Very As soon as we started showing these, our chat just went crazy. They're like, OMG, OMG, OMG. The chat has gone crazy. So slit skirt wise, so I feel that the shorter skirts and the more, like skirt ones are in stock, but the side slip ones are?
Like slit, I don't have many, but I am like constantly making them.
Okay.
There we go. It just takes a long time to create one.
Yeah, I think I saw you post one of those as well. That the process of making these actually, it's not a very fast fashion item.
Yeah, we're definitely slow fashion.
Definitely slow fashion. Then we're going to take a quick song break. If you have any more questions and messages for our fabulous insider for today, please continue to do that. We also have an OX quiz coming up since she's our idol for today. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, though, we've got Jung Seun and Penamiko on the track with Feeling and more of our insiders coming up after this. It's Wednesday. It's Insider Day here on K-Poppin. As you continue to listen to Arirang Radio, I'm your host, Isak. And today, as it's the last day of the 5-day Seoul holiday, I had to have a sit down with a young and hip, in her 20s, inclusive size hanbok CEO, Catharina in the studio. Thank you so much for being here on this holiday.
It's my honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
I love everything we're talking about today. So, we have this segment as kind of like we treat everybody who is in this seat, not as a hot seat, but more of like you're an idol for today. So channel your Blackpink or whoever, Sunmi or whoever else, female celebrity that you love. You are going to be OX questions that we're going to ask you. You're going to use that little panel in front of you, and I'm going to count down from 3 to see what your answer is to these questions. I think I'm going to get a lot of O's, but we'll see. So I think I am the most charming thing in the world. I wouldn't change myself even if they wanted to. 3, 2, 1. Of course. Okay. If I look back at my childhood and where I could have gone, maybe I would have liked to go back to maybe working on music again. 3, 2, 1. Oh, ooh.
Actually, it didn't stop. I'm still making albums, actually.
Okay, so she's still making music. There we go. As you've been making more hanboks and seeing more celebrities make them, there's actually a celebrity I would love to dress with my clothes. 3, 2, 1. Yes, okay. After, doing a few interviews and being on today's show, I think that, broadcast isn't that bad. I feel that maybe doing more TV or broadcast would be definitely something I'd like to do. 3, 2, 1.
Like, I don't know.
Spinning it.
I'm an introvert, so.
Oh, there we go. And there is so many things more, not just HOYA itself, that I am willing to dive in and just explore businessly. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Of course.
Of course. So, who's this celebrity that you would love to, or celebrities that you would love to dress?
One and only CL.
There we
CL.
go! The queen. So, okay, if you were to dress CL, what kind of hanbok would you want to give her? Would you want to give her like the Met Gala type of a hanbok design? Or would you want her to be more of like a stage performance design? Because I feel they'd be very different.
I actually brought it, if you don't mind sharing it.
Oh, yeah. So, yes, please.
So CL, I think she's an absolutely amazing person, and she also always wears a bit of, she always like adds like a traditional accents to it, even like the Met Gala, like
it was very hanbok inspired.
Yeah,
right.
like the bow, and if you watch her like other performances, she wears a lot of Korean style clothes that people do not recognize.
Right.
Even. Like she once wore like a padded jacket, but that was in Sekdong.
Right.
So I didn't bring it in her size, but
well, it is size inclusive anyways.
Yeah, this is not hanbok, so this is actually more like a tech wear trousers that I designed, but we did use like a leftover
hanbok material
fabric,
right, to make
so this is actually the plus size one, but
Ooh, look
So-
at the design. Oh my goodness.
so
Oh, I
it
got
has like
chills.
so it has like 6 pockets, and the top here that's made of hanbok fabric, but these are
Right.
recycled nylon because sustainability is
A big thing for you,
Yeah,
right?
but I did like think of CL when I was designing this piece. Like I was
Definitely.
only thinking about her.
Definitely. I would totally see her wear this, like for a performance, highlight it, give her a crop top, even a togori on top, open it. There we
Yeah.
go.
CL, if you're watching this, this is reserved for you. Come get it.
I will fly myself to your location to give this to you personally. So talking about music, you've always been a fan of music, it seems. So other than CL, do you have any other music that you really love to listen to?
Are you talking about like artists, specifically artists? Or
Artist,
like
genre, it doesn't matter. Maybe like your own stuff when you create it. Are you more of like a K-hip hop, like a CL oriented type of a genre, or?
I actually listen to like 70s, 80s, 90s K-pop. a lot.
Really?
Like when I lived in Korea, when people are so busy going to like nightclubs in Itaewon or Hongdae, like for hip like music, I went to Ulchiro and Jonglo for that type of music.
You're an old soul. I love it. I love it. So you love going to like, you know, these old like LP bars and listen to those like classics.
There are even like microphone, and when usually like a lot of elderly people out there, and they just sing like the old 60s, 70s K-pop, and then I think that's just amazing because it's the type of music I love. And they're always like these elderly people are like, how do you know this song? It's fun. It's fun. It's something I always recommend to my friends who visit Korea. Like, I'm like,
Really?
don't go to Itaewon, go to Jonglo.
Right.
That's
the hot place
yeah.
to be. That's the hot place to be. Whoa, that's amazing. Is there any like older artists, like more of a veteran artist, dead or alive, that you would like to maybe like collaborate if you could? Like it's a dream collaboration. I love how like all the close questions today. She's like, oh, I have no problem answering this. But now it's like music. Okay, hold on, I have too many.
완선 언니?
Ooh, 김한선! There we go. So yeah, she's over there in the corner with like immortal song specials that she loves to watch.
Or
And the new
also like
rendition.
Patty Kim.
There we go.
I've seen her in real life. I was like, I couldn't say anything. I was, but I think she would look amazing in hanbok too.
Oh,
she,
yeah,
she has
definitely.
that aura. Like,
Oh yeah, and in your stuff, she would nail it. Nail it. Okay, so maybe the next time I see Catharina, she's going to be having Patty Kim with us and like a whole new line of clothing and whatnot. Fam, you can find her on social media. So we didn't even get a chance to talk about your social media career. And I was going to talk about that too today.
okay.
We have to say goodbye. Other than the store that we are seeing, the offline store that's popping up, is there anything that Hoya fans can look forward to in 2022?
In 2022.
Are we getting more lines? Is there new stuff launching?
Yeah. So you guys will definitely see the hanbok trousers, like a hanbok inspired trousers, and I'm making also like a hanbok robe that you can wear like very casually at home or like outdoor as well, like both. And more like actual like traditional style chokori, because a lot of people have been asking for it.
Right.
That's definitely something I'm working on at the moment.
Okay. Well, with that, it seems like we already have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully I can have you back in the studio sometime soon.
Thank you.
All right,
That'll be amazing.
bye.
Bye.
It's time for me to sign off, and as I do, we've got 8 singing 그 입술을 막아본다. Close that lips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.